Hello folks, my name is Michael Santos and I'm an affiliate marketer for my friend Kevin F. Montague. That's him who you see on the cover of the health science book that he wrote titled The Master's Key to Unlocking and Mastering Chronic Disease. Today I want to share something with you that is very important to Kevin. That something that is important to him is that he needs help with making his mortgage payment on his home in Los Angeles where he lives. And Kevin needs between $10,000 to $12,000 in order to stop the foreclosure on his home. Kevin tells me that he would need to sell between 223 to 266 ebook copies of The Master's Key in order for him to raise that amount of cash. And this would buy Kevin 9 more months with the bank so that he can continue his online book tour, which he started before the pandemic hit in December of 2019, and it ended on Coast to Coast AM in early April of 2020. Kevin tells me that he can't even get on a waiting list for housing assistance from the state of California right now because there are too many people already on that list, and they had to close that list for that reason. So as you can see, Kevin is facing a real possibility of being homeless. Kevin was also disabled from the trauma that the chronic disease process, premature decomposition, did on the key areas of his body, which include his lower back and groin area, as they were both damaged way before he could clear the chronic disease process completely from his body. And this is the reason why he cannot make personal appearances right now. But he very much wants to get back to his online book tour to help those of us who need this scientific knowledge. But before I tell you how you can help Kevin, let me give you a brief history of Kevin's life so that you can understand why the Master's Key, how it came to be. Now, Kevin is a scientist, a California state scholar, a very gifted artisan, and an author from Los Angeles, California, where he has lived his whole life. Kevin grew up as a Catholic Christian, and his life is not like any of our lives, and was completely changed after he had 2 near-death experiences, which dramatically changed how he saw the world after he came back from these experiences. As I mentioned earlier, Kevin was on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie twice, where he discussed his near-death experiences with George and how the Master's Key came to be. Kevin's first near-death came at the age of 25. Kevin explains to George that he was in an endless ocean of pure white light after he died and was able to communicate and walk with Jesus during this encounter. Kevin was to learn that this endless ocean of pure white light is God, and that God's creation, the whole universe and all that you see, is within God's being. Kevin was also shown that his mom and dad, who were still alive at the time, and his brother Patrick were teetering on the edge between heaven and hell. Jesus could see that this was troubling Kevin, so he told Kevin that it was okay to come back to his earthly body to see that their salvation was secure. Now, it was love that brought Kevin back to this earth, the love for his family. Kevin's second near-death encounter came at the age of 44 when his doctors could not find out what was wrong with him after he had been hospitalized for some time. His doctors had run test after test after test on him, but could not find out what was wrong with Kevin. And eventually, the doctors gave up on him and told him to go home and wait to die. This is how Kevin had his second near-death experience. Kevin once again found himself in the endless ocean of pure white light, which is God, and he was to realize that he needed to write the book, which was to become the Master's Key. When Kevin came back from his second near-death, he had been praying one day, and he asked God if he really wanted him to write the book. While Kevin was praying, he heard a woman on TBN praying too. As she was praying, she stopped to tell the audience that a man has just finished praying and ask God, should I really write that book? God wants to tell you yes, to go ahead and write that book, and I'll take care of the marketing for you. Right then, Kevin knew that he was to write the Master's Key. It also took Kevin 15 long years to write the Master's Key because he was not funded by any government or company. He was funded by his own dime. This remarkable health science book is a work of true love and of compassion for mankind. Now, I want to talk about a case study out of the Master's Key that Kevin did research on to help a woman by the name of Catherine Saunders. By the way, there are 3 case studies in the Master's Key. One of them happens to be Kevin's, but I want to focus on Catherine Saunders from Canada. Now, Kevin first met Catherine over the internet, and she had agreed to help Kevin with his research. Catherine, you see, was diagnosed by her doctors with what they call environmental illness, which is a general term. So on May 18th of 2007, Kevin had Catherine get her first live cell blood exam done on her blood. And this was done to see the true condition of her blood. You see, folks, Western doctors use a blood serum exam, which does not show you the true condition of your blood. And that is the reason why Kevin had a live cell blood exam done on Catherine. Now, what I'm going to show you here in this picture is Catherine's very adulterated or polluted blood, in other words, and it's not very healthy at all. Now, each square that you see here on this picture is the same blood, but just shown on a different slide and in a different view. But it's all the same blood, and it's very polluted blood, very adulterated. Now, fast forward to about a year later. Here we go. Found it. I'm going to show you Catherine's second live cell blood exam. Now, as I said, this was done on May 18th of 2008. And at this point, Catherine had been on her part of the protocol, which Kevin researched and found really worked. And also, she was using the natural approaches to keep her main filters open at all times, that being her kidneys, liver, lungs, and skin. Kevin was coaching her on how to do all of this, by the way. As you can see in her blood cells, her blood looked so much better in this picture than they did in the first one. Don't you agree? Now, but there's more, folks. Wait, there's more. Catherine's final live cell blood exam was taken on July 22nd of 2011. As Kevin was still teaching and coaching Catherine on what she needed to do along the way to get it this way, her blood is new again, as you can clearly see from this live cell exam. And Kevin tells me that a doctor would normally have to perform a blood transfusion rather, to get the blood to look like what you see here. Now, what an amazing transformation that you're witnessing, folks. And how amazing is the science that is in the Master's Key. This science is so amazing that Catherine's own doctor, Dr. John DeMarsh, MD, had to write a letter to Kevin to tell him how amazing this science proved to be to him. I now want to read this letter that Dr. DeMarsh wrote to Kevin, and it comes out of the Master's Key, and it's found in Appendix D in the back of the book. I'm now going to look it up. Appendix D. Oh, almost there. Here we go. Okay, folks. This was written July 2nd of 2010 by Dr. John DeMarsh, medical doctor. To whom it may concern, I am writing this as a friend of Catherine Saunders and also as a medical doctor, having seen patients with chronic illnesses including fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, and environmental sensitivities. I am aware of conventional medicine's limitations in helping these people. Alternative complementary medicine applied in a piecemeal or disorganized manner is also disappointing. Catherine has been fortunate to have found a coach by the name of Kevin F. Montague, scholar and scientist, that has developed a comprehensive, integrated, understanding, and therapeutic approach to the chronic disease process. I have witnessed her transformation from someone who was extremely sick and functionally limited to someone who is increasing in wellness and happiness in all dimensions of her life. The proof of any approach is found in its fruit. Catherine is a good example of the fruit of this process to reverse chronic illness. Her shift from the death walk of chronic illness to the walk toward abundant life is evident and remarkable to witness. Signed, sincerely, Dr. John DeMarsh, medical doctor. So how amazing is this science that you're seeing, that you're witnessing here, that I'm showing you? I now want to ask you for your help for Kevin. Can you help me with Kevin's financial situation? Like I had mentioned earlier, Kevin needs between $10,000 and $12,000 in order to stop the foreclosure on his home, and he needs that to happen pretty soon, folks. And that would mean he needs to sell between 223 to 266 ebook copies of the Master's Key to reach that goal. You could also purchase a softcover copy like you're seeing right here that I'm reading. But here's how you can help Kevin. 1, you can make a purchase of the Master's Key. 2, make a donation of any amount to Kevin's PayPal account. Kevin tells me that for any donation that is of $50 or more, he will send you an ebook copy. So all you have to do is just email me or Kevin, and he will email you that ebook copy right away. Now I'm going to drop the links for each of the way that you can help Kevin, for each of the ways that you can help Kevin, in the description of this video so that you can make your choice. So please, folks, can you share this with your family and friends as well so that Kevin can continue his work? Kevin has so much more to write too, he tells me, and he needs our help to save his house. And if he loses his home, he tells me he most likely will lose it all, meaning his research and all of his other necessary equipment and materials that he needs to complete his work for us who are suffering in this world. Can you now see how your donation or purchase can help? I thank you for your time in watching this important message today. God bless you all, and y'all have a blessed day. Thank you.